Hello there, Mad Mike here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about something that's kind of popped up out of the blue. This is kind of something that's been in development hell for so long, we really never thought we'd ever see it. And that is a fourth installment in the Jackass franchise. Um, and before we kind of get into that, I would like to say that we are going to be going live with Rated R Riffs tonight. We're going to be doing the movie Heavy Metal. That'll probably be around 9 or 10 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So if you're interested and you have the movie and you want to listen to us, then come and drop by. It'll be me, Vash, Cham, and possibly a fourth. Our usual fourth, Purity Sin is not feeling too well today, so we're going to sub out somebody for her, or it'll just be us three. But come over, watch that. It'll be fun. But back to the news. So the fourth Jackass film it is stated to be in the early stages of production, and it is due out in 2021. Which is interesting because again, it's only a couple years away. Really, kind of like a year and a half because I would assume it would probably come out sometime around the summer. But it's interesting because this movie has kind of been in development hell since Jackass 3D came out because they were experimenting with the idea of making another Jackass film, and then Ryan Dunn unfortunately passed away after he was involved in a car accident. And basically, everybody kind of pronounced the Jackass franchise dead at that point. Like, all right, they're not going to do any more films now that Ryan Dunn has now passed on, even though there were some efforts behind the scenes by some producers and stuff. To sort of get some things done. But they also had some issues where Bam Margera was having issues with alcohol and drug abuse, and he was not really getting clean, and he hasn't really gotten clean for the most part in the past, 6, 7, 8 years. He's been having on and off problems with that, so there's a lot going on there, but they've announced this styles, which makes me think that maybe Bam has finally gotten his shit together, and they're actually going to try and do something with it. So that would be interesting to actually see. But reportedly, everybody is coming back for this. The working title for it apparently is Jackass Number 4. We're not done yet, and Dunn is spelled Dunn, as the same as Ryan Dunn's last name because it's supposed to be a homage to him, which I think makes sense for all those guys because I think that they want to kind of give their little tribute to Ryan Dunn and say, we're going to send this a one-off for you, buddy. And I kind of get that and I respect that for them because, I think we kind of forget this whenever we think about Jackass is that all these guys are friends in real life for the most part. Like, there's some of them obviously that kind of go off their own way, but these guys are all friends. They all did this shit together. That's why those movies work so well because they accept the fact that they're going to be fucking with each other. Um, it feels more kind of like you're watching a bunch of people that are all related to one another, brothers or cousins or whatever, just all beating the shit out of each other. And that's kind of one of the funny things about Jackass is that it's so funny, but it's all ultimately, even though it's pretty hardcore, it's still all in good fun for those guys. They're always somebody's always laughing at the end of the skit. There's never unless it's something that somebody actually gets hurt. They're usually not. Even actually, when somebody gets hurt, they're usually all laughing at the end of the skit. But it's one of those things that I think this is going to be kind of the last hurrah. I think they want to do this for Ryan Dunn. And then they're probably going to call it quits with the Jackass franchise because they're all starting to get older now. Johnny Knoxville is going to be, by the time this movie comes out, Johnny Knoxville is going to be almost 50 years old. And I think that, all those guys are starting to get to the point where now they're not physically, their bodies are not going to be able to handle doing this type of stuff the same way that it was in their 20s and 30s. They have had a lot of injuries. Johnny Knoxville has gone over the sheer amount of physical injuries that he has had, including having a motorcycle fall on his junk and him pissing blood out of his penis because of some strange thing that happened when a motorcycle fell on his dick. Okay, so there's that alone probably would have made me quit doing shit like that. So these guys, their bodies are not gonna do very well to repeated amounts of punishment. You know, you can't have something that you're not going to see these guys in their 70s trying to do this stuff. Otherwise, you're just going to be watching people kill themselves on camera. But I'd be curious to see what they come up with. I'd be curious to see if they can still keep this stuff kind of fresh. Again, the first three Jackass movies are all instant classics to me. I love all of them. Jackass 3D, I remember I actually saw as a double feature with Bruce Willis's Red when it came out. And Jackass number 3 is so awesome because of the 3D, because the 3D is actually used very well in that film. That opening shot where Bam Margera is firing a dildo out of a out of an air cannon at the camera is pure gold. But I'd be curious to see what they're going to come up with for this. Obviously, all the original actors are going to be, or all the original guys are going to be coming back. You're going to have Bam Margera, you're going to have Preston, you're going to have Pontius, Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, Wee Man. All those guys are going to be coming back. Danger Aaron and God, I can't remember the last guy's name, but they're all going to be coming back for this, and I expect hilarity on screen. I think that these guys still have one more in them, and I'd be very excited to see, what they do for this. Because again, this seems like this kind of thing where this is going to be the last hurrah, so they're going to pull out all the stops to do this. There's going to be some crazy shit in this movie. There's going to be some incredibly nutty shit in this movie. And I have no doubt that Johnny Knoxville is going to get in with a bull again just for reasons and because he's insane. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to top some of their older stuff, but I mean, I think overall this movie is probably going to be a lot more balls to the wall than some of their other stuff was. I don't know if you're going to be able to top stuff like, getting hit with the crowd control claymore mine, or electrocuting your groin with a muscle stimulator, or having a snake bite your penis. There's a lot that they have to live up to with this. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this because I'm really fond of the Jackass crew. I didn't really care much for Bad Grandpa. I didn't really. Again, it has its shtick, but I feel like it works better as a segment or a small little prank as opposed to being its own film. But that's just my feelings on it. I want to know yours. Put your thoughts in the comments. Are you a fan of Jackass? Would you like to see them come back for one final movie as kind of a tribute to Ryan Dunn? Are you happy that this is finally coming together after all these years? Or do you think that Jackass should kind of end with number 3 and they should just kind of all go their own way at this point? This might be just a cash grab. I want to know what your thoughts are. So again, put them in the comments below. Hit the bell for notifications. Hit the like button. Subscribe, and remember, I live my life free of compromise. Do you?